Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm filming my 27 and 28 week bump date or pregnancy update. It's a rainy Monday morning and I have a delicious cup of tea in hand. My sister-in-law just got back from a trip to Las Vegas, so she got me this mug from Bellagio and I love it. I love the colors, the gold and the blue. So I'm sipping on some tea and it's just like a cozy, it feels like fall even though it is the very end of July, early August. It's feeling like fall with tea in hand and a rainy morning outside. So anyway, I want to go through and do a pregnancy update here for 27 and 28 weeks. The last one that I did was an 8-week update, so we're just trying to get back to every 2 weeks, especially as I near the end of my pregnancy. Things are changing more quickly and I feel like it makes a little bit more sense to document every 2 weeks or so rather than like waiting 8 weeks like I did the last time. But I will link my pregnancy playlist above if you want to go ahead and check out any of my previous pregnancy updates. You can go ahead and do that. So let's just jump right in. As usual, I have notes on my phone, so if I'm looking down, that's what I'm looking at. So, baby is the size of a head of cabbage at 27 weeks and a head of lettuce at 28 weeks. So, you know, it's all these fruit and veggie sizes are kind of silly, but just that's what my app says. Moving on to how I am feeling overall. I have been feeling so extremely motivated and extremely energetic over the past 2 weeks. Like very, very motivated and energetic. The interesting thing though is that I will pop out of bed in the morning and I'll get myself completely ready and I will eat breakfast and dive into work and get Etsy going and be doing post office runs and answering emails and just all the things that I want to get done. I'll be doing laundry and grocery shopping and meal planning and all these things and just like getting things ticked off my list. And then I will hit a wall. And when I hit that wall and I am starting to get tired or I feel tired, there's really no powering through. Before pregnancy, I could take a 30-minute rest, have a cup of tea or coffee, drink a big glass of water, have a snack, you know, that kind of thing, and just kind of power myself back up for a few more hours of work. Now that really doesn't work. I really do need to go lay down and take a nap. And so I've been taking a lot of afternoon naps, but it's been working out really well for me. So I get up in the morning, get a bunch done all morning. Usually around 3 o'clock p.m. I need to go lay down for an hour. I'll lay down for an hour and then I'll wake up and I'll finish up my work, make dinner, and then we have an evening ahead of us. So that's kind of what's been working for me. I'm grateful for a flexible work schedule that gives me the ability to do that because it definitely helps. It definitely really helps. Another thing that goes along with how I'm feeling overall is that I have been so breathless. Now, this is not new news if you've been following along. Even in my very first pregnancy video where I was announcing that I was pregnant, I was out of breath already, which you can look up all the reasons why. There are multiple reasons why pregnant women experience breathlessness. But as the baby is getting bigger and bigger in my belly here, she is pushing on my diaphragm, and apparently that is really toward the end of your pregnancy why it feels hard to get a deep breath. So sometimes I like wake up in the middle of the night and if my body has kind of fallen into a position that's not great for breathing while pregnant, I will totally feel it. Like I just feel like I'm just completely out of breath and I can't get a deep breath. And so I'll stand up and, you know, take a few minutes, go get a glass of water, you know, whatever I need to do and catch my breath. And then I'll go back to bed on my left side, which is the easiest way to breathe. But there are definitely times where I just feel totally out of breath, which has been a really just an odd symptom, but I've been experiencing it this entire pregnancy. Another symptom or side effect of pregnancy, I don't know how you want to say it, but I have started getting some varicose veins on my legs. I have never experienced them before and they're really not highly attractive. One of them in particular is quite painful. So I've been given a supplement to take to help with them. So I've been taking that every day, and then I have been recommended a few pregnancy safe essential oils to use on my legs. And so I've been doing that. So I'm doing the best that I can, but the reality is like my blood volume has increased so much and as my blood is just pumping so much, and with all of that, a lot of women apparently through pregnancy experience varicose veins. So they are not my favorite. They are definitely not my favorite because, like I said, they're not very attractive and they can be very painful. So I'm doing the best that I can and definitely managing them the best that I can, but that's not been my favorite pregnancy side effect of all time. Also, in this sort of how I'm feeling overall, Riley and I have been taking a walk almost every single night of the week for about an hour, and we walk about 2 or 3 miles each time. That has made a huge difference. I feel that it helps me to sleep a lot more soundly because we usually go from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. and then I come home and I, wash my face, brush my teeth, change into pajamas, take a shower, whatever I'm gonna do, and get in bed. And then that really helps me like unwind, and I end up getting to bed a lot earlier than I do when I don't go take a walk. So it's also been really helping with feeling looser and feeling more comfortable. One of the other symptoms that I've been dealing with a lot more lately as this belly is growing is just that pelvic pressure, that lower belly pressure. It's just a lot of pressure on the pelvis. And it's been really interesting because I went into this pregnancy fully expecting back pain because I have a history of back pain with scoliosis, and that is what I was just waiting for. And as I have mentioned in my updates, I have not dealt with any extra back pain at all. My back has felt great. Praise the Lord. I'm so grateful for that. But I have definitely started with that just pelvic pressure. It's just really intense toward the end of the day. So I got a belly support band, and that has made a world of difference. I will link the one that I've been using below. I'm sure there are a variety of different brands and options. I got mine off Amazon. It was $19.99. And I wear it whenever I'm packaging Etsy orders or sorting Etsy orders whenever we go on our walks, and it just helps support the belly so that pressure is relieved some. So that's been another thing. And then the last thing in my kind of how I'm feeling overall category, and I just wanted to make a note of this, is that I had my glucose test at 28 weeks. And I passed it, and I'm well within the normal range, so I'm really grateful for that, and so that is something to note as well. Moving on to food cravings and aversions, I haven't had as strong of cravings or aversions in the past 2 weeks as I have had previously. My diet is pretty normal in terms of what I normally would eat before pregnancy to now. In these 2 weeks, I feel like it's pretty similar. I still have definitely been craving fruit more. Just eat a lot of fruit, and sweet things sound better to me than salty or savory things, but I have not had aversions to where I'm not able to eat, savory things. So food cravings and aversions, not too much to report there. As far as physical changes, other than the varicose veins, which I mentioned, and then that just lower pressure kind of feeling, it just feels like, the baby and the amniotic fluid and the placenta and all that, it's heavy. And it's like, when you pick up a bucket of water, you realize how heavy that is. And it's all that pressure is going right there. And so aside from that kind of feeling of pressure, which the belly band has alleviated a whole lot, I've definitely noticed that my skin is starting to feel tighter and just kind of itchier and stretchier as the bump continues to really pop out and grow more and more. So I've been really diligent and, lathering up with lotion and all of that. And I was mentioning in my June and July favorites video that all the research that I've done has said that, it's great to moisturize and it's good to take care of your skin, but ultimately stretch marks are basically pretty much just genetic, so good luck. So I have been doing, all the moisturizing, but I did get stretch marks across my hips when I went through puberty, and so I wouldn't be shocked if I got some now, unfortunately, but like I said in that video, it's a small price to pay, but I just can feel just kind of that itchy, stretchy feeling. So I've been using Earth Mama Belly Butter, and I love it. It's been great. It's very, very, very soothing. So I use that at least morning and night, and it really has helped. Another thing in the physical changes, this is not new news, but my pregnancy-related hormonal acne continues to flare up. I had a really good week, like week 27 was really good, and then week 28 it flared up again. So it's just like the hormones just really cause the breakouts. So I've been doing the very best I can with it. It sort of is what it is. I mean, it's hormonal, so I can be eating really well, drinking lots of lemon water and all, cleaning my face really well and all this kind of stuff. But if it's hormonal, it's hormonal. So it is what it is. I'm doing the best I can. You can't tell now because I have makeup on and this ring light, and the ring light hides a wide variety of blemishes, so, which is great. But that's that. As far as baby's movement, I feel her move all the time. And I don't mean that like, oh yeah, like it's, you know, like 5 or 6 times. I mean constantly. Sometimes it drives me a little bit crazy. I hate to say it because I'm so grateful that she's healthy and active, and I'm so grateful for that. But it's like, it is nonstop. The kicks and elbows and nudging and all of that, it is nonstop. And she's starting to get bigger and stronger. And there are some times where it makes me, her kicks or bumps or whatever part of her body it is, make me physically jump because they are so intense. It's such an intense feeling. And so, I love feeling her move, but sometimes after like a long day and I just lay down and I just want to take a minute to rest, and then it's just like, I'm like, okay, can we just chill for 5 minutes? And eventually, you know, she'll fall asleep or chill out, but she moves all the time. It is actually really, really sweet. And it's wild because now if I pull my shirt up, you can see across my belly, you can see her movement kind of swiping across my belly, and anyone on the outside can see and feel it as well. Moving on to sleeping, I have been sleeping pretty well still. I mentioned in my previous update that toward the end of that 8-week update, those 8 weeks, that sleeping was starting to get a little dicey there. Something that I've started doing is sleeping with a pillow between my knees, which I know so many pregnant women find a lot of comfort in, and I absolutely have as well. I feel like it has helped so much with falling asleep and staying asleep, and since doing that, have been sleeping really well again. So no complaints there with sleeping. I've been doing really well with that and feel like I'm getting really solid, sound night's sleeps still, with the exception of having to get up and use the restroom every once in a while. New purchases, I mentioned already that support belt. That thing has been a godsend. I wear it all the time, and I just love the way it feels. It really does take that pressure off. So if you're pregnant and you know that kind of pressure that I'm talking about, I would recommend looking into it. The only thing I wish was that I had gotten one sooner. And then I've had several friends who, you know, have been moms, you know, before. One in particular who's pregnant with me now, but she already has 2 children. And she told me that those support belts are really great postpartum as well, and they just help kind of everything go back into place and stuff like that. So she was like, you'll really be grateful that you bought that. So for $19.99, I feel like it's totally, totally worth it. What I am most focused on right now is that I am actually heading home to Maryland here in a few days for a baby shower, for my baby shower, which is really, really exciting. My sister and mom are throwing me a baby shower for my family and friends up in Maryland, which is where I grew up. So I'm making a whole trip out of it, and I am going up for a long weekend, and I have friends who have decided to drive in from far and wide, really, to come hang out and see me, and I just am so excited. I can't wait to see everyone and take pictures and make memories, and I'm just really excited to get to see everyone. That's been something that's been really special. This pregnancy has been how bonded I have felt to the women in my life, but specifically the women in my family. I have never been closer with my sister or closer with my mom than I have been in these months of pregnancy. And some of my aunts, who I love dearly, but I have a lot of aunts, I have a really big family, who I usually only see once a year or whatever, we have been communicating so much more and talking on the phone and texting, and like my cousins, and I just feel like such a closeness to all of the women in my family right now. And it's been really unique and special. It's something that I didn't really realize, you know, because I have been close with my family for a long time, but there's just been a special sort of level of intimacy that has come along with being pregnant and expecting my first baby and having these wonderful women all rally around and really support me through that. I could cry if I talk about it too much. I've just been really grateful for that. So I'm super looking forward to going home to Maryland and seeing everyone and spending time together and just getting to talk about everything. And it's just been a really special season of life, and just I'm excited to get to go and do that. So that's what I'm most looking forward to this week, is me and this bumper going across the country. Yet again, I've flown so many times while pregnant and have had really good experiences. You know, I get up and move around a lot while I'm flying, and I drink tons of water before and after and during, and I end up doing really, really well. So hopefully prayers for safe travels yet again for this trip. So I'm really looking forward to that. Anyway, I really appreciate you watching this pregnancy update. If you're pregnant and you're, you know, around, whether or not you're around the same time frame as me, I would love to actually hear from you and hear how you're doing, how you're feeling. You know, I just love to hear from any of you who want to leave a comment. If you want to chat below, we can totally do that. Otherwise, I will see you guys next time. Sorry, I'm so breathless. I will see you guys next time in a couple more weeks for another pregnancy update, but between now and then, there will certainly be some other videos up on my channel, so make sure to stay tuned for that. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to my channel for more, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.